So what is up, people? I'm here today and I'm going to be talking to you about the iPad 5th generation. So a little while ago, Apple released the 6th generation, like a couple of days ago. And as someone that has the 5th generation, which is the 2017 9.7-inch iPad, I thought we'd just discuss how it's held up. So it has the A9 processor at 1.85 GHz, 2048 x 1536 display, pixel density of 264 ppi, 9.7-inch diagonal screen, retina display with no support for the Apple Pencil. So in the new iPad you have the A10 chip, which is one up from the A9 in this. It has exactly the same design as the iPad Air 1 and the new iPad 6th gen. The new iPad 6th gen supports the Apple Pencil, but this doesn't. But right now we're not comparing things. So basically running tasks and stuff like that on the latest official release, which is 11.3, is good. I mean, it runs fine. It has the first gen Touch ID, which isn't perhaps as quick as the second gen, but we're just gonna do that. And it didn't work straight away, so the first gen takes a bit longer, but there we go. We're into the iPad and I'm getting like notifications from group chats, but let's just go here. And using it is pretty good. It does seem to get the 10-hour battery life that Apple have said. I mean, I've had more than 10 hours in the past of like usage. It's going down quite slow on 11.3 as well, so the official release is kind of new out, and you know, I'm testing it and that. Apparently, this update can keep the battery health when it's charging for long periods of time. It says like in like kiosks and point of sale systems, so stuff like that. And apparently it can keep the battery health if it's constantly charging, which is not something I really do with the iPad anyway. So it doesn't really overly affect me, but after a year, it's pretty fast. It supports all the iOS 11 features. I mean, it doesn't support the Apple Pencil and that, but this is the 32 gig, and it's not gonna have support for the iPad Pro Apple Pencil features and stuff like that, but it does do everything I need it to do, and I found it pretty snappy. It does the split screen, which it actually does pretty well. The speakers are okay. If you give me a sec, I will find some no copyrighted music that I've got here, for the pure purpose of testing, and we will play that. And then I can just show you. So I'll just show you the speakers here. We may get an ad, which is typical, but hopefully we don't. So this is the iPad speakers. So they're not like the Pro speakers where you've got 4, you've just got 2 on the bottom here. But they handle it pretty well. The iPad handles everything I've thrown at it so far, like, pretty well. So over a year, I would say I've had a positive experience with this iPad. I'm not going to be upgrading into the 6th gen, it's just not really worth it or anything, but you know, it's been a good experience and I've enjoyed it. But yeah, like I said, it's not really worth upgrading to from the 5th gen unless you want that Apple Pencil support and stuff like that. And I mean, that was kind of an education event, so it is going to have the educational focus, but for me, this is fine. I'll probably keep it till 2 or 3 more years, maybe another year and a half, I don't know. I'll have it for the next good while though, and that, so yeah, it'll be something that I'll keep around, and it runs perfectly fine for me. And that's coming from me, like a person that needs like the ultimate speed and stuff, and the A9 chip on this iPad does just fine for that. So yeah, that's basically the iPad 5th gen or iPad 2017. 9.7, whatever you call it. And after a year, it's held up well. Now, I'm not saying after a year, because I've had it for a year. Let me just get that out. I'm saying after a year because of its release. So, like, it came out last year in March. And that's what I mean when I say over a year, like, over the year. That's, like, when it came out. For me, I've had it literally just under half a year. But, yeah, that's not what I meant or anything, that I've had it a year, because I haven't. But it's a nice iPad. It's quite lightweight as well. And, you know, I think now it still has potential as an iPad. I mean, it's been discontinued, which is kind of annoying about that. I've got a phone call. But yeah, it's been discontinued now, so it and the iPad 1 had the shortest life, which is kind of mad. But after a year, it's gone. You can find it around now in, like, Argos for £309, which is £10 less than the other one, so it's up to you, really. With a £10 difference, you can either go 5th gen or 6th gen. Choice is blatantly up to you, but I'd go, I don't know, I mean, it's probably still the best value if you can buy it used or refurbished or something like that. They've quite gone down if they're refurbished, so it's probably still good value. So yeah, the iPad 2017's done well over the year, and I'll see you in the next one.